Hi, this is everything I cook and eat in a day as a vegan on a budget on Too Much Food Tuesday, the day I have a weekly potluck with my friends, and I'm hosting. I started my morning with cereal, a mixture of off-brand Cinnamon Toast Crunch, which is vegan, even though Cinnamon Toast Crunch is not, and some Nature's Path Smart Brand cereal with a little bit of soy milk and a pear. I drank the cereal milk out, and Collie said, "Hey, you need to give that to me to test." But obviously it's not food. That's cinnamon. Cinnamon is never food. Cinnamon is in fact poison. I went to the gym, and then when I got back, I started baking. The first thing that I'm making for Too Much Food Tuesday is some knockoff Entenmann's Rich Frosted Donuts, gluten-free and vegan, and I used the recipe from strawberryshortbakes.com. I used Bob's Red Mill egg replacer in it instead of soda water, and I also added some cake batter extract to make it taste extra good. I didn't actually have enough chocolate to chocolate coat all of them, so half of them I coated in powdered sugar. And then for the chocolate coating, I just have a mixture of like part of a Ritter Sport bar, some of these chocolate chunks from Thrive Market, and this dark chocolate bar that I got in my Christmas stocking. And then the instructions said to add a little bit of oil so it wouldn't be, like rock hard when chilled. I thought adding a little Nutella would work the same way, so I added that, and there you go. Lunch, I had some bean tacos again, so I have some of these high fiber tortillas with some melted Daya cheese, San Franciscano beans I cooked the other day with a little bit of lettuce, red onion, and sliced jalapeno. I love eating beans. The second thing that I'm making for Too Much Food Tuesday is a fruit salad because I just have a ton of fruit on hand. I added fresh pears, grapes, cherries. I'm deep pitting ineffectively with a straw. So I added mandarin oranges and a can of pears, and then I added some lime juice and tahini to it. Because tonight's food theme is southern. To that end, I'm making succotash, so I have a whole pound of these lima beans from Rancho Gordo, which I cooked in the Instant Pot. While that was going, I started making buttermilk biscuits. So the buttermilk is made with soy milk and lemon juice, and then I've got some self-rising flour, some cubed butter. Mix that all together and folded it over itself, a few times, and then I made it into a circle and I let that sit in the fridge for a while. And then I kept working on the succotash once the lima beans were cooked. I added a red bell pepper, a few ears of corn, a bag of frozen cut okra, some leftover cherry tomatoes, I cooked lima beans, and also an additional can of corn. 3 ears of corn was not enough for the amount of lima beans I had, and then I rolled out my biscuit dough and I cut them into circles and I brushed them with some vegan butter and I baked them in the oven. For the biscuits, I started making southern style tomato gravy. Also, once I realized the theme, I was like, oh, also I'm just gonna put some boiled peanuts on the stove. So anyway, the tomato gravy has a roux, and then I add chickeny flavored broth to it, a can of really hot diced tomatoes and a can of regular tomatoes, and let that simmer a while. And then I started making pasta. I also added cashew cream instead of heavy cream to the gravy. Anyway, I made pasta with this pasta sauce that I got really cheap at the fresh market. Dish was also on theme with South, but it's South Indian. We brought rasam and rice and some South Indian style okra. Normally, Too Much Food Tuesdays are more of a potluck style. There's been a lot of moving and traveling and such like, and so it was like I either needed to host and just pull a bunch of stuff together, or there was no Too Much Food Tuesday, and so don't be mad at my friends. Anyway, these donuts are nothing like Entenmann's Rich Frosted Donuts, but they are good. Also had a variety of Oreos and chips, and Collie enjoyed being petted by all of her friends who came over for a Collie petting party, but then at some point she was like, I am ready to go to bed, all you people need to leave. So that is all. Thank you so much for watching. Love you. Bye.